And we're live from sunny South Central Los Angeles, California, USA. I'm Mark, and I'm a recovering codependent narcissist. I do a lot of sharing because sharing is really where the healing's at. Sharing is really where I can voice my shame and really voicing that shame, really coming out of hiding. That's where the healing is, and that's what I'm trying to do is heal myself. You know, anything I talk about, anything I share, it's not personal to anyone except me. I'm not here to hurt anyone's feelings. It's not personal. What I'm really here to do is to transcend myself. I've had feelings of lack vibration, fear vibration, most of my whole life. These fear really becomes embodied in really feelings of jealousy and feeling unwanted or unlovable. I've had them since forever. It's always been a part of my life. And I'm not entirely sure if this is past karma that I need to clear or programming from my parents or both. It's probably a little of both. Rarely is anything, black and white. When I was born, my mom was in law school. So 3 weeks after she had me, she was back in school, and I was either with a nanny or my dad. A child, actually a baby, needs their mom, period. Motherfucking period. Regardless of the situation. What we have going on right now with mothers having to go back to work after they give birth to their kids is a real travesty, man. It's really fucking up families. It's really messing with our society. It's a big problem that I see, and nobody really talks about it. Babies need their parents. Babies need their mom, especially. In my child's brain, I had made the agreement that I was unwanted, unlovable, because my mom was just not around, because she was busy with school. So from early on, I made that agreement that love didn't exist in this world. And that's really the lens of how I saw things for the first 5 years of my life. And then my sister was born, and naturally, as babies do, she received a lot of love and attention from both my parents. Makes sense. She's a baby. My mom was no longer in law school, so they had more time for her. And when this happened, man, I became so jealous. All I ever wanted was for my parents to love me, but it didn't ever seem to come. And I made a new agreement that love existed, but it just wasn't for me, nor would I ever be lovable. And really became jealous of those who experienced love. Little did I know that, my parents just couldn't give that sort of love and affection that I wanted. They didn't have that programming in their brain from their parents. But as a kid, you don't really understand this. You think it's my fault. I'm the person. I'm the reason why. So I spent most of my childhood trying to receive any sort of love, actually just any sort of attention from my parents. I really acted out. My parents My parents thought I was a bad kid. I thought I was a bad kid for a lot of my life, but really, I was just wanted love and attention, and negative attention from acting out, from being a bad kid, was so much better than zero attention. Zero attention for a child means I didn't think I existed at all. This lack vibration, especially around these two feelings of jealousy and being unloved and unwanted, played out in all of my relationships with women throughout my life. I always found myself with emotionally unavailable women. And I found myself always becoming jealous whenever these women would interact with other men, because I'm getting like zero emotional support here. And you have that, if you can give attention to other men, even though that was the thing that I'm looking for, man, it was always so hurtful and painful at my core. So after a while, I just stopped playing the dating game, thinking, maybe not playing, I could win the game somehow. Wrong. So wrong. How could you win a game without playing? It's fucking impossible. You can never win that game. After a while, I thought I was better, and maybe these things had just disappeared on their own because I had not played the dating game for a while. Wrong. So wrong. That's how shit works, man. If you don't deal with these things in your life, they don't go away by themselves. They keep coming back. We keep attracting mirrors into our lives to show us these things that we need to transcend. We're drawn to our emotional set point, period. And when my emotional set point is fear-based, that's who I attract into my reality to show me what I need to transcend. Recently, I thought I'd found somebody that loved me like I loved her. Was it love? Nah, probably not. Was it need? Did I fall in need? Totally, man. I was so in need. But I didn't see that at the time. I was really into spirituality. She was really into spirituality as well, and I thought that maybe this was different. Maybe I could convince this woman to love me if I really worked on becoming the embodiment of divine masculine, which they talk about, in spiritual practice. Ding. In the hopes that maybe she would just see me differently. Maybe she would see me as like serious relationship material as opposed to just whatever it was we were doing. She was looking for somebody to embody these traits. So in doing so, I grew up a lot. I learned a lot about spirituality. I really tried to embody a lot of these traits. I learned how to open my heart, to be loyal, to become more nurturing as a man. I began to speak. I actually learned to find my truth and then to speak my own truth. And previously I was so passive aggressive, I didn't even know what was what. I was so lost. I came to see other people as giving and loving. And before, I'd always seen them as taking from me, taking my energy, taking my things. Serious lack vibration. I learned martial arts to become that protector. I learned to stand up for myself and for my truth, which allows me to stand up for others. Our adventures that we took we took these adventures all over LA, man, to Burning Man, France, Switzerland, Bali, Thailand. I changed a lot and I grew a lot. And I'm saying all these things, and maybe they look like I was the good guy, but I was pretty judgmental. I was very judgmental. I was passively controlling and manipulative. I was not blameless. Any relationship is 50-50, whether we like it or not. I did all these things, for somebody else, in an attempt to become what this other person was looking for. And I worked on these things for like 2 years. And I grew up a lot. And I appreciate the learning of these 2 years. And after these 2 years, she told me that basically what she was looking for was somebody with divine masculine traits. And that crushed me, man. That really crushed me to the core. I had so many emotions. Anger, those fear vibrations of anger, jealousy, feeling of unwanted, and being unlovable all came back. All came back big time. Big time. I mean, I was just so perplexed. All I wanted was a relationship with this person, a real relationship. And she couldn't even see these things that I'd been doing. Only now do I realize that I should have been doing these things for myself, but I was unaware. I was replaying the scenario of trying to receive love from my parents again, from my mom again. I was so unaware, so fucking unaware, so childish. I thought I had grown, and maybe I had, but I hadn't released these fears. I hadn't faced them. They were too painful. I didn't know how to share and to release the shame that I had felt. My path of spiritual growth is about learning and letting go. How? Man, you just have to fucking let go, period. It's like stopping smoking. How do you stop? You have to stop putting a cigarette in your mouth, period. That's what you do. So I'm choosing to let go of these things, these stories that have really become a thorn in my fucking side, man. This feeling of jealousy, this feeling of unwanted and being unlovable have really caused me a lot of heartache and a lot of problems. And this shit I don't want to deal with anymore. So I'm choosing to let go. Just like choosing to quit smoking, man. I'm choosing to not put that cigarette in my mouth. I'm choosing to let go of some of this fear. And how do I do this? First step is awareness. Observe your thoughts. When I'm aware and observing my thoughts, when something is pulling at my heart that I know is negative, I just relax now and breathe and let that shit go. I don't argue with it. I don't rationalize with it or try to find the silver lining about it. I don't fantasize about the future or reminisce about good moments from the past or whatever. Even if they're good things or what I think is good things, wrong. Wrong, homie. That's obsessive thinking. That's the shit that I need to let go. So in doing so, I'm facing my fears. I'm clearing my karma. I'm making new agreements that, love is my emotional set point right now. Jealousy and thinking that I'm unlovable are stories that I told myself that, no longer serve me, because the truth is I am the observer of my thoughts. I am not my thoughts. Whoa. Chew on that, suckers. Do you know what that even means? It means that I'm not Mark. It means that I'm consciousness itself. You know, in doing this, I'm not chasing love anymore. I'm not searching for love. What I'm trying to do is embody love. And it's who we humans are at our core. We are core. Our core state is love. And if you don't believe me, look at a baby. Check out babies, man. They don't have fear around their hearts, or most of them don't. Fear is a learned condition. So I'm just trying to embody what we all are at our core of our being. And what's going to happen now that I've changed my intent, changing why I'm doing things, I'm not sure. For the past couple of years, 2 or 3 years, I've been really focused on doing the right thing, but not being different. And that's so huge, man. Like, the difference between doing and being is everything. Intent changes future probability. And intent is based around why you do things, not what you do. Ding. Like Gandhi says, be the change. He didn't say do the right thing. He said be the change. And it's so fucking true. So this is new territory for me. I've been in a serious lack vibration, a serious fear vibration this entire life experience. But I'm fucking stoked. I'm so excited. And I've got so much enthusiasm for the future and its possibilities. I'm really, I'm so happy to really embody these things, that this divine masculine spirit for myself. Even though I got into it through a codependent way, which is like my whole life, I learned a lot, and I'm okay with getting into it through codependent way, because at least I got into it. At least I learned and grew. So what I'm really looking to do is in embodying this, really be a guiding light for others on their path, on their spiritual journey, while everyone out there is searching for their own inner light. That's what we're here to do. That is the real purpose of life, is to improve the quality of our consciousness, to become more loving. And we do this by just learning some things, but really about unlearning a lot of things, by becoming who we were born to be. It's true. But don't take my word for it. Figure it out yourself. Search for your own truth. Find your own voice. Speak it. Heal yourself. See what happens then. It's possible. It's doable. I'm doing it, suckers. You can do it too. I know you can do it, because I understand you, man. Woman, reptilian, everyone, Pleiadian, Arturian. I understand you, and I understand your pain. I was not so different from you not so long ago. It's really about finding your voice and sharing and speaking your truth. Healing yourself from your shame. Don't be afraid to speak it. See what happens. Don't take my word for it. Try it out yourself. let me know how it goes. I'm so excited to hear how people are on their path. It brings me a lot of joy, man. You have no idea. Tons of joy. So you find this message, keep searching. You know, it's inside of you. It's not anywhere else. Thank you for letting me be of service.